It is Saturday night once again. This is the Overnight Mouse Party. I'm Dean Foss, and so far we have Guns and Barbecue. How you doing, Barbecue?
Good evening. How are you?
Good. And Gizzard Gary. How are you?
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
And I have my... Here, I'll make myself bigger. Got my Starry Night. Benko. With Godzilla. I woke up at 8 o'clock, and I thought, oh, crap. I got up late, so I had to run into work for a little bit real quick. And I thought, oh, crap, it's 8. I haven't fed the dog all day. He hasn't been outside all day. Got up, started getting dressed, realized it was 8 o'clock in the morning. I thought it was 8 o'clock at night.
Wow.
It sounds like you lost a whole day.
It felt like it.
Half a day, anyway.
Took me a while to remember I went to bed about midnight. And everything was okay. So the dog had not... Usually the dog will go outside about 6 o'clock. So, it's a little bit later than normal, but wasn't as big a deal as I was thinking it was. But I felt kind of off all day long. A little
The way
more.
I felt on Wednesday.
What's that?
It's how I felt on Wednesday.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell what day it was. Was it Friday, Saturday, or Sunday? But I got it all figured out.
Here it's Sunday.
And say, if that ever happens again, we're here for you. Just text, phone call, smoke signals. Smoke signals work best for me. I can smell those.
Let me get the banner going.
WhatsApp.
At the bottom of the screen is an email address on tacticalfoss@gmail.com. You can send in comments, suggestions, or pictures within reason. And a link for the Discord server. You can get a hold of me there. It's a place to hang out, chit-chat, share memes and pictures and all that kind of fun jazz. Wow. If you watch this in replay, leave a comment. Whatever we talk about, agree with, disagree with. I read all the comments, and they are so much appreciated. And pinned at the top of the chat is a link for this week's poll. If you have not voted in that poll, please go over there and vote. It is, well, for me, it's still Every Second Matters. So happy Every Second Matters to everyone. I put a post. This month's post was my Smith & Wesson 360. I try to, every time I go to the range, I try to remember to take pictures. That way I have pictures for Every Second Matters. What do you guys
I like that. What have I been up to?
Yeah.
I angered myself earlier this week because I had to buy some new ink tanks for my photo printer, and they're about $60 a piece, and I ordered the wrong one. I mean, it's for my. I'm like, crap. So I got the right one ordered now.
There may be a problem on YouTube.
Oh, why?
I've got an YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers may experience buffering.
Oh, they'll be all right. We've had that Mr. Pop-up in the past, even when we were using StreamYard.
Yeah, Ron saying buffering.
Uh-oh.
I think it's a problem between me and I don't think it's I think my signal is okay. I think there's just some bottleneck in the system.
Did you remember to switch your internet? Is that something you still have to do?
Oh, hey, actually, no. It's on the right one. I think. Maybe not. Because I had to restart my laptop. But I don't remember which one, if it's the 5G or the regular one that I need to use.
5G's faster.
Well, I know, but I'm a little distant, so the 4G should be a longer wave. But looks like my signal's okay here. Oh, there we go. Our connection's back to normal. Ignore all that. Well, I think we're okay now. But Baron SVG says he thinks he gave you warts.
Who, me?
Yes.
As long as they're not genital warts, we're in good shape.
I'm going to say, great, now everybody knows that he peed on me.
Well, you can keep that between you two.
Oh, not now. You just let the whole friggin' camping trip out of the bag. Now everybody knows that I'm friggin' property of Baron. I even have a say in it. I was asleep.
DJ Play Nice was out there first. And Guns Barbecue. Gizzard Gary. Ron Wayne. Mini Wayne. Vulcan Rumble is here, well rested. Fuku YT Boomstick. Through he changed his switched accounts, changed names, or has a duplicate. But Mr. Bob Davalina. Ozzy Osbourne. Baroness Fiji. Garage Guy. Good evening. And I think that's everybody who said something. Oh, Baron's going back to bed. Nighty night.
Good night.
So, the FPC NRA KGB, PDQ have all filed a lawsuit to strike down the NFA. Brown versus the ATF. And I forget which court that's going to happen in, which circuit. I got the FPC page up now, but I forget which circuit that was going to happen in. But, good.
I don't know, because depends on the circuit, stuff like that. What happens then, as we've seen with this Department of Justice, there are things where they're just like, hey, we're not going to fight this. We agree with the court. So depending on the circuit that they try it in, they could just say, hey, we agree with the court. We're not going to push this matter. And then, it just sits and nothing happens until somebody else comes in. Likewise, let's say they do it in the Ninth Circuit and this gets run all the way up to the Supreme Court. Do we have enough votes in the Supreme Court to overturn the NFA? Because if not, and the Supreme Court takes it, let's say they took it up, then if that were to happen and we don't get a favorable ruling, that just that pretty much solidifies it there. It'd be a very, very long time before we have another crack.
What do you think, Gary?
I don't know. I think at a certain time you've got to go ahead and take your shot. Unless you're never going to. And as far as if you lose, you won't get another chance for a long, long time. How many times we went back and forth on Roe v. Wade in the last few years? Just because it's decided doesn't mean it can't be redecided.
Looks like it's district court. So it's just beginning.
Yeah, well, I was going to say it's going to start out in district court, and then after the district judge makes his ruling, then whichever side loses would say, oh, I don't like that. I want to appeal it to the appeals court. But I get that, but why now? Like, why not just challenge the taxation on the suppressors on short-barreled rifles and shotguns and whatnot, and roll with that?
Well, their argument from the video I watched, I can't remember if it was Fourbox Diners shouting the information to me. But they're going with since they removed the tax, then there's no reason for the registry.
Well, if that's all they're going for, which means they're only going after, the portion of the NFA for suppressors, short-barrel shotguns, short-barreled rifles, AOWs, etc., that had the tax removed, then that makes sense. But with the way this reads, they're going full hog.
It might be. I might have missed some of the information, but I know that
I
I
just,
know that was brought up.
I don't know. I haven't heard enough about it to make a well-educated opinion one way or the other. Because you're the first person to really bring it up or anything.
It's like they just filed it within the last couple days.
Yeah, and like I said, the only thing I've heard is that they've moved to get the NFA struck down, and everything I've seen is it's just to repeal the NFA. It's not to repeal the registration because the tax was removed. It's just the NFA, and I'm like, well, why now? They've had how long and whatever else, and now when we get this little bit, we want to jeopardize that for what? For a little bit of clout?
Mr. Bob is saying the argument is that the paperwork and registration was meant to enforce the tax. Without the tax, the rest of the process is unconstitutional.
Yes.
And that's based on that the Congress can make taxes, but since there's no tax, they can't have that registration. That because it was ruled that the NFA was okay because it was a tax originally.
Yes, which what was it? Gorsuch? I think it was Gorsuch. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure it was Gorsuch way back in 2012. Even echoed that when justifying why Obamacare was legal. So like I totally understand why the registration is illegal. And there's been plenty of chats now where Rich, White, and I have gone over that ad nauseum. Like, I 100% get it. But again, with the way this has all been announced, it's that FPC and NRA are moving to get rid of the NFA, period. It's not about everything that I've heard is saying the NFA. So either they're misleading people and they're only going after the registration portion of the suppressors, short-barreled rifles, shotguns, etc., that were just included in the reconciliation bill, or they're actually going after the entire NFA, which at that point, like I said, I have a bit of an issue with right now because I think that we have a pretty awesome win right here. They could just go after the registration portion of those items that we just got the taxes dropped on and not risk those things. Because if it comes back saying, oh, no, the NFA is fine, just how it is, then what?
Well, I'm looking at the filing, and they are going after the NFA, but using the tax. The removal of the tax as saying that the whole NFA is unconstitutional.
They'll probably get a district judge to agree with them if they're in the Fifth Circuit. 3-judge panel, maybe. It depends on the makeup of it. En banc, pretty good possibility. Supreme Court isn't going to touch it. They're going to say we are not part of the legislative process. That needs to go back there.
So it's they filed it in the Eastern District of Missouri, Eastern Division. So I'm not sure what circuit covers Missouri.
I'm trying to remember. Is this not the 6th, is it? I don't remember. There's too many, and some of them are broken up really weird.
Yeah, I know we've gone through it a few times on the overnight, but I can never keep it straight. Basically, it's half the country is the 9th, and then all the rest are split
Right.
up between the others. Oh, that was one other thing I meant to bring up. I don't remember the name of the judge, but there's a judge going through his hearings to be for the Ninth Circuit, to his approval to be a judge in the Ninth Circuit, and he's pro-gun. He's an IDPA member,
Nice.
so I'm not sure where that is. I know they started his hearings, but I'm not sure where it is at currently. I've meant to write that down, and I forgot what I was going to write down. So, Gary said Missouri is within the 8th circuit.
8th circuit. Okay. Did we lose Gary?
No, he's still here.
Oh, okay.
I'm here.
He
I'm
just
here.
doesn't
I
like
just
to
didn't
talk.
want to interrupt people while they were talking. So I
Oh,
pointed
don't
out
be
there.
so nice.
He's shy.
But yeah,
It's just
I don't know. This
maintaining decor.
one kind of annoys me because knowing that they're going after the whole NFA, I would be willing to bet my lunch money right now that if it makes it to the Supreme Court, they're gonna, if they were to take it, they're gonna say, "Hey, we're not legislative." They might GBR it or something, or they're just gonna flat out say, "No, we're not taking this. We're not legislative. This needs to go back to the legislative branch and be hashed out there."
In my opinion, my lowly uneducated opinion, the machine guns are going to be the huge sticking point for removing the NFA. You can get everything else off the NFA. I don't think you'll get machine guns off it.
And we don't have the votes for machine guns yet. Not in the Supreme Court.
So we'll see what happens with this in the next few years as it works its way through the system. Oh, let me see. Just just gonna try and see if I can find the name of that judge, but I'm not sure. Not sure how to query it.
Well, that's not very nice to call him that. He's allowed to be strange if he wants.
Oh, Eric. I think it's Eric Tung, Tung. I think that's who it was.
Oh, I bet G23 really likes him. Judge Lingua.
So if he got angry, would he give you a tongue lashing?
Ooh,
Um,
that was a good
no,
one.
well, if he does get if he makes it through, because I think that'll be 2 judges that are IDPA members. Because there's that one judge that did the video dissent.
Oh, the one that was holding the gun.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember. I remember that. I mean, I don't know his name or anything, but I
because
remember that video.
I know I know he was. I can't remember if he still is because he talked about it a little bit in his dissent. Um, but no runway, not Judge Judy. Oh, but Judge, she's on Fox News. Is it Garofalo? Not Garofalo. Judge.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Oh crap, what's her name?
It's Jeannie.
I thought Janine, but
Janine. Oh,
I keep wanting to say Shapiro, but
Brillo?
it's not.
Brillo? Let's see.
Brillo.
but Trump wants her for a judge
Ginny
appointment.
Pirro. Pirro.
Oh, that's close.
For a U.S. attorney, I think for D.C. Yeah. Well, she was confirmed as U.S. attorney for the District of Columbia.
Nice.
So I don't know. Maybe he's going to make it. Everybody who was a TV star gets an appointment. The Kardashians can get appointments.
And
Oh, make
Bruce
them certain.
Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner. Whatever the heck her name is.
I'll just put the whole family as like head of like Surgeon General. I mean, with all the medical procedures they've had, like they've got to know something about medical, right?
Oh, and I've got video that's going to come out Monday, and I think Thursday is the other one this week. I picked up a Swamp Fox Liberty. I think the other one I have is a Justice, and I think I picked up a Liberty Green Dot to try out.
I think the
Awesome.
Liberty's the smaller of the two, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an open box. So it was only like $100. I couldn't pass it up.
Did you
But I
get
wanted
the
to try.
Ironside shield to go with it?
I didn't. I'm not too worried about it because it's going to go on the P320. It's just a range gun. But so I've got a red dot, a blue dot, and a green dot. I've got RGB. So I tried the blue dot because it was only $100, and somebody had said, "Oh, they say it's good for astigmatism." So I thought, well, I'll give it a try. It's not. Again, it's just on a range gun, so I'm not too worried about how well it works. But and I've always heard, everybody says the green dots are supposed to be good for astigmatism, which I have an astigmatism. So when I saw this one, when I was looking at Swamp Fox's website, I figured, well, I'll pick that up and then maybe do a comparison between the three of them. And yeah, so I just got it today, so I need to get it mounted and then hopefully get it to the range next week, maybe Tuesday.
Is it the original Liberty or the?
I think it is.
Okay.
I think it's because the originals are a little smaller than the 2.0,
Yeah. Probably
which I'm
why they're on
fine with.
sale. They're trying to eliminate the old stock, I imagine.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how I got the first one, the Justice. I think it was Palmetto. Oh, sorry. Don't listen, barbecue. I got it from Palmetto State Armory, and it was like $100. So figured why not?
No, I
Turns
can't
out,
fault you. I like to give crap, but at the end of the day, I don't make anybody or expect anybody to actually be like, "Oh, barbecue had a bad experience with this place. I'm not gonna shop with them either." Like, no way. Like they always have awesome deals. Like, there's times where I question my own morals, where I'm like, "Man, it's a pretty sweet deal that I just found out about. Do I want to shop with them?" Then I'm like, "Nope, nope." It's really tempting though sometimes.
G Webs is here with
Welcome.
his
What?
I got a book. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Nice.
Rico Puggy. I don't know. Is there any other news going on that I missed or I'm not remembering? Yes, no.
I'm thinking.
Because those were kind of the other court case. I guess kind of big court case that was filed. It has to do with the 18 to 20-year-olds, the ban on 18 and 20-year-olds buying handguns.
Where is that one filed?
That one is. I was just looking at it,
I
and then
feel like I've heard about it, but I mean, there's so many court cases out there right now. It's I can't keep track.
well, the 18 to 20 is that one's been done in a few of the circuits.
Yeah,
But there was one that was just filed, and I was looking at it and then clicked away from it so I could look up the Brown versus ATF. Let me see. Firearms. That's firearms. No, that's not what I want. So, 18, 20, hang on here. Let's see if that gets me there. So that's the one that Supreme Court didn't want to take. Is this one it might be? No, that's back in June. That's not the one I want. Because there's in June there was one in California. Here. Gonna- Oh, they. Let's see if they're asking the Supreme Court to look at it.
okay, the one from California.
No, is the West Virginia Defense League is in it. So, well, I'm not sure if I don't know the name of the case, but they're asking SCOTUS to look at it.
Interesting. Yeah, something might be interesting to ask as well is what GWeb's thoughts are on FPC and NRA trying to take down the entire NFA.
Well, I have to wait for him to get back.
Oh, is he gone again?
Yeah, I thought he said he's taking the dog out. So while we're waiting, Ozzy said took the CZ75 PO1 to the range this morning to test the new TFX Pro sights. He really likes them. That's good to hear.
Nice.
I went to the range the other day, and while I was picking up brass, I found some 357 SIG brass.
Now you got to get a 327 SIG.
Well, I don't know. I enjoy. Well, I'll pick up brass. Whatever I can get. There's always 9mm because 9mm shooters don't pick up their brass, and
No.
22 shooters don't pick up their brass either. But I kind of enjoy when I find casings for calibers I don't have. So I've got a few sitting over here where you can't see. But I don't know. It's fun. It's like looking for a 4-leaf clover. A guy that comments says we lost Ozzy, but we still have Ozzy.
We do. It's a good feeling.
Personally, I prefer our Ozzy.
Yes.
Our Ozzy doesn't hate guns, right?
No, he likes
Last we know.
Let me go back here a little bit. I missed Mr. Bob Dobalina said 4 boxes said the parliamentarian made an error not removing SBRs, SBSs, and whisper pickles from the NFA. And we might see that happening during the next reconciliation.
We could. That's why pretty much since the last reconciliation has ended, I've been telling people, like, just get on your Congress critters and senators right now. That way, when next reconciliation comes around, they're already sick of hearing from me about it. They just automatically go, yep, we're putting this in here. Tell them, you want the registration requirement out of there because it's unconstitutional. There's no tax, therefore their registration has no purpose. If they got to listen to that for a year, they are not going to be able to wait long enough to get that friggin' out of there.
So, G-Webs, the Brown versus ATF case, the FPC, SAF, NRA are all in it together to a case filed to get rid of the NFA, and they're using the argument that since there's no tax, then the NFA is unconstitutional. And Barbecue wanted to ask you, should they? I think he was getting to. Do you?
Well,
go
I'm
for
just
the
interested in his thoughts.
Oh, okay. Do you go for the whole chunk, or do you take what's already been removed?
What do you mean?
Go for the whole NFA, or just try and go for what the tax has been removed from? That's not what barbecue said. I'm just kind of throwing that out there.
But I mean, just be satisfied. You mean? I'm not going to
Well,
just.
with the lawsuit, say, would it be better to apply the lawsuit, because the lawsuit says the tax was removed, so this is unconstitutional, but there's still a tax on the
Right.
machine guns.
Right.
So do you try and add that in, clear everything off the board, get the whole NFA, or you've got this chunk where tax is removed from these certain things, get that ruled unconstitutional, and then go after the rest of it?
Well, I don't know if I have anything to add to the difference, like, to the different strategies, because I don't know any of the nuances or the legal pieces or whatever. I don't know if there's a, an advantage to one or the other. I mean, I want to see it removed. I think they do too. I'm assuming they're going after the tactic that's assuming it's either the most direct way possible or the most anticipated. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like whatever the chess move is, like they're I'm sure they're playing odds, like they're spending money and time on this. They don't want to look like idiots and they want to, achieve it if possible. So I'm gonna assume they're doing, an effective or efficient
Yeah.
move, but I don't know anything near enough about it to know if what they're doing, like to have a backseat driver opinion on it, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah,
I mean,
Mr.
just
Bob
the
said,
general rah rah rah. Let's get rid of the NFA for dang sure. Like I don't care how we do it, but like I'm not gonna. Again, I don't have any insight to know like here's the best way.
Mr. Bob was saying, without the tax, the NFA exceeds Article 1 authority of Congress.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like it's not like the other side was like, hey, you know what? Let's remove the tax. That'll get them. Or like, let's remove the tax so that next year we can turn it into a $4,700 tax the way it should be. So it's not like they came up with this and they're winning. It's just that somehow, this budget thing was an opportunity for somebody to move the ball a little bit, and they did, essentially. And now we're trying to, what's the word, like scramble to respond to that or react to that. So I don't think we're in a bad place. I just don't think we're in a place that anybody intentionally anticipated us getting or like played us to get into. You know what I mean? I think we're just all kind of going, oh shit, look where we're at now. What are we going to do? Like, well, I guess as much as I am frustrated at the national level organizations for not doing as much as I'd like. I mean, I'm definitely comfortable or confident with them. I don't think any of them are out to mess with us. Like they're all trying to do what they say they're trying to do. Just, you know what I mean? Like I think I don't want to second guess them or anything, or I don't have any reason to second guess them on this.
Well,
Not
yeah,
afraid to second guess them or anything. Just I don't have a reason to.
I'm not, I'm not trying to say that,
Like they're not doing the best tactic or whatever, or like the shortest route.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to know that we're in that place. I think personally, I'd much rather see it be in a position of strength rather than we're not desperation, but we're like lack of. I guess it's this situation is making apparent that we don't have really an active conversation going in our community, that we can communicate, but we, you know what I mean? Like we can get caught blindsided, or in this case, it's essentially happening behind our back because the gun community isn't focused on it. And while some people are making it happen, or some people are taking advantage of the situation for our, to help us all, we're not all walking in lockstep, which I'm not saying is a good thing. Obviously, it's just because we don't, it's going to be tough for us to, I don't know. You know what I mean? We're not used to all saying, hey, everybody do this just for real. Do it real quick. You know what I mean? If we were comfortable doing that, we could have done that and we'd have no NFA already, but that's a dream, I guess. We're just not, I don't know if we'll ever get to that place.
Yeah, I think it might be partly I don't know, is it the personality of a gun owner, wants to be a little more independent, so it's a little harder to get them to work as a group. whereas like the anti-gun,
Yeah, because
it's
gun
easier for
owner
them.
is individual. Anti-gun is you don't need to do that. We have the state to do that for us, and you're not capable of doing that. The state is the only one capable. Or like, I don't trust you to do it. I only trust the state to do it. So whatever that is, they're 100% faith in the state. No faith in the individual, but 100% faith in a whole shit ton of individuals, quote unquote, working together for the best interest of each other because the state somehow gathers that, or like they have a real focus on that. So none of that is any at all represented. Like a person owning a gun is like the opposite of the state taking care of you. So they're never going to be able to handle it. Or I want to say that they have not been able to handle it.
I wanted to ask you, what state was that mayor that Tony was talking about? The one where they got the fee from the license, and then he decided, well, this is not something that we got before. We don't need it.
I'm pretty sure it's New Jersey.
New Jersey? I couldn't remember if it was New Jersey or not.
I'm trying to remember the conversation. For some reason, I can't think of it, but I'm pretty sure that was New Jersey.
Well, he was talking about how the fee for the concealed carry was split up. The state gets some, the city gets some, and he knew the mayor of the one city who had said that.
Oh, that's right, and that we're going to give you back your fee because I don't agree with the state taking it. That was definitely New Jersey. I'm almost positive that was New Jersey.
Yeah. So for people that might have missed it, a mayor in New Jersey who Tony Simon happened to know, their city got part of the fees for the concealed carry. The range where you had to do the training got some, state got some, and then the city got some. And the mayor,
it always is like that. Like the New Jersey takes the huge fee and splits it up. And in this one city, the mayor decided.
Yeah. The mayor decided, well, this isn't something that we've ever had to budget for. They didn't have that money. So he said, we don't need that money. Our budget is fine without this money. So we're going to give it back to the people who are getting their CCWs. So that was awesome.
Yeah, I like that. And again, if the state is going to say blah, 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 then it's cool that a mayor, right, like a city said, yeah, okay, they made us take the money, but they didn't stop us from giving it right back. So I'm just going to give it right back.
And it was cool, too, that Tony said other mayors had contacted that mayor to ask him how he was doing it.
Right.
So maybe it'll spread a little farther.
I would think that a mayor who's paying attention knows that you give the good people a way to defend themselves. The gun part is here and there, but if you give the good people a way to defend themselves, the bad people tend to find something else to do. And I would think that, we kind of understand that from facts and, the history of the world or whatever. But, you'd think a mayor would figure that out because it is better for the town. It's got to be cheaper for the town to just have basically a whole bunch of help to the police department, even though they're not technically, deputized or anything.
Yeah.
Just the concept of a bunch of resistance lethally to your crimes would make somebody not want to do crimes as much.
Oh.
Speaking of crimes, isn't Gizzard in here?
He is.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
Well, was there, if there's not anything else, so those were the topics that I wanted to talk about. Was there any other topics you guys wanted to talk about tonight?
Well, everybody's going to goals, or a bunch of people are heading to goals, and then a whole bunch of people are going to wait to see. Well, that's the question. Do you think people give a shit about coverage anymore of events?
I don't know. So you're gonna stop by Goals, I think you said.
Yep,
Are you going, Gary?
he was going to
I
go.
am not.
You are not. Oh, Ron's going, right? Ron
Yes.
Wayne.
Last I heard, he is.
Is he
I don't know
near
if
there,
he's
or is
still
he
out
taking
there.
a drive to get there?
It's about a 2 or 3 hour drive for him, I think he said. So it's not
That's a
far.
drive. Well, it's still a drive because that's 4 hours the other way too. I mean, that's a day of driving. Getting there is half a day and getting back a half a day. That's a drive, especially when somebody who's going. We know people that are going that are getting paid to go. Uh, that's one thing. But if you're going on your own dime just to see it, like that's pretty cool. That's a lot of effort.
Yeah, Tony Simon's gonna speak at
Yeah, he's one of
Goals.
the, maybe a couple of dozen speakers. It's hard to keep up with how many. I don't even really know how many speakers because there's so many that they can't put it all on one page. So I've seen like multiple posters of the different people that are speaking. I'm curious. You went to it last year, right, Gizzard?
Yes, I did.
So these guys all saw what it was, the inaugural or initial year or whatever. So I'm getting to see it as they already figured some stuff out. So I'm sure it'll be smoother. But at the same time, I think they're changing things. Do you know if Snob and them are going?
I haven't heard, to tell you the truth.
Some of them are really close, right? Well,
Well,
closer than Snob.
Sarge is real close, and Obi would probably be another couple hours away. But
Close enough that they can pretty much go if they
yes,
like it, though.
yes.
If you guys had money, no object, would you be going?
What was the question again?
Money, no object, would you be going?
When it was so up.
Money's not so much of the issue as logistics. Right now, I wouldn't have a place to stay nor any easy way to get there. I don't really want to drive all that far.
Yeah.
But it's not an easy place to fly into either.
Where is it
Because
at?
the airport's goofy. It's in Knoxville.
It's a small enough airport that most people are going to have to catch a connecting flight to get there.
Oh, I know what you mean. Okay. So it's just annoying because you got to get
Yeah,
there, got to get off a plane and jump around an airport somewhere else, and then it's
right.
always going to take like an
Either
extra
Atlanta
2 hours,
or Dallas or somewhere, Orlando.
and you're going to take an extra 2 hours because of all that and the hassle, and then your luggage might not get there. So I could see why that would be
Right.
not appealing. Yeah. And then when you get there, is it the kind of airplane or airport where you have to get off of the airplane on a ladder and then walk across the runway? Some people don't.
Well, I actually drove last year, so I don't know the airport.
How about barbecue? You got any interest in going?
If money was no object, yeah, I'd probably go. But this summer has not been the summer that I've planned on financially, unfortunately. So it is definitely out of the cards for me.
Well, you should have never bought 2 boats right off the bat. It's always
Yeah. I'm going to say starting that fishing charter was not a good idea. Turns out, you got to have a way to get the boats to the marina in the first place.
Yeah, people expect to have a lake or something just because they're on a fishing charter.
I'm going to say when they show up in my backyard and I'm like, look, I'm going to say, they expect me to read the fish finder. I'm like, why do I got to read the fish finder? I got the boat.
You hired me to guide you fishing. You tell me where to go.
Exactly.
So today you're fishing for silverfish.
Mm-hmm.
That got off topic, but I don't know. I am curious to see how they set this thing up with the focus on advocacy question mark. Like, I don't know. I'm curious, and I like the way that they set up the shoot and the the media day separate and with intent so that the business could get done. I think that's kind of interesting. So of course I'm interested to see how that follows through or carries out or whatever you want to say. Will Taurus be there, Gizzard?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the exhibitor list.
Okay. Do we know anybody else that's going that's regular person?
You mean
Rich?
like Clover's going? Rich isn't going.
No, he's
Clover's
not.
not real. Clover's not.
No, because I was gonna stay with Rich and his wife, and then Amy got hurt. She hurt her neck, and the doctor said she can't travel, so Rich isn't going.
Well,
It looks like Torres is going to be there. They are on the exhibitors list. Let's put it that way.
So maybe I'll take a look at some Tauruses. We were talking about them earlier today, and I'm like, I don't even know last time I picked up a Taurus even.
I'm a fan of the Tori. I've got I've got the TH9, the TH10, 65, the revolver.
And High Point will be there too. Don't forget High Point.
The last firearm I purchased was a Taurus.
When I was helping Riding Shotgun with Charlie do his, I was like holding the camera, well, not holding the camera, but like standing by the camera on the tripod while he was filming and stuff, and then just generally helping out behind the scene when he was doing the podcasted SHOT Show. And so he would have, I forget, 2 or 3 people an hour show up, kind of dependent on who showed up. And one of the people didn't show up because they're too good to show up on time, even after they made an appointment, and had Charlie like move his schedule around. I don't want to talk about who it is, but he's an asshole. And then, so he didn't even show up. But the guy, Charlie Brown from High Point, not only was there, but got there early. So he saved the day for Charlie, so that Charlie had a guest. He talked to him like for 2 of the segments, but he got there so early that while Charlie was talking to, I think, Adam Kraut, if I remember right, like whoever he was talking to first, me and that Charlie guy ended up chatting for a bit, and he didn't know me from nobody, and I didn't know who he was until he told me. So I guess he's the president of High Point, and he's super cool, the guy. He's just a normal guy and cares about Second Amendment stuff, and then he just happens to own a gun company that's kind of cool.
Well, I mean, when you sell your guns for less than $200 brand new, you kind of have to be a normal guy.
Yeah, I never talked to
You're
him.
not rolling dough.
He talks about him all the time being cool, and like I say, I just knew it was some guy who was one of Charlie's guests, and then so I assumed he was somebody in the industry or advocate or something. And then we were chatting for a little bit, and then something came up, and I'm like, "Oh, you're that guy? Okay, now I know who you are." It's not like he said it; I just figured out, like, "Oh, okay, I'm talking to the High Point guy," and yeah, super cool guy. I don't know. Is he like a millionaire, you think? Or is he like a billionaire? Or is he just some regular guy? I couldn't really tell. I mean, sometimes billionaires are cool because they got no worries. You know what I mean? They're billionaires. I hear everything's easier when you're a billionaire.
I would think
Unless
so.
you attend Coldplay concerts, and it's not necessarily.
Is that the guy that was standing there with his
With his
managing
HR director.
something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who among us can say we haven't slipped around with our secretary? Come on.
I wouldn't call the HR director a secretary.
Whatever. Same difference.
Wow.
So let's take a look at this week's poll. Are you an organized person? Yes, everything. Well, you still have time to go over there and vote. Yes, everything has a place. Everything in its place. For the most part, not really, or I don't even know what's going on. And 52% said for the most part. 29% said not really. 14% yes. And 5% doesn't know what's going on. So let me make sure we got, there we go. So Fuku YT Mike 6, boom, 6 said I was. Then I had kids. New York Outcast, life is so much easier when you can actually find what you're looking for. Ron Wayne said, Mrs. Wayne says, my stuff and supplies remind her of the Bat Cave. Labels everywhere. Two-way chef and barbecue, I keep my ducks in a row, but sometimes one or two go rogue. Jesse Galunga said, does an organized mess count? DJ Playnuts, cleanliness is next to some damn thing. Karen Harris, nope, but that is okay. The goddamn bacon said, I just found my phone after it started playing Foss Limp Fire Pistol on loop for 12 hours. What'd I miss? Guns and Barbecue said, when it comes to work and coaching 100%, at home, I'm a bit more lax. That's kind of the way I am. At work, everything needs to be organized or I get really, really upset. When somebody from another department touches my stuff, I get really, really upset because I have it organized so I can be efficient at work. At home, I'm kind of a slob, as you can kind of see when I have my camera on back behind me. I do have somewhat organized. You know, there's bins with labels, but there's a lot of stuff that they're referred to as doom piles, where I don't really know what to do with them, so they get put in piles.
Yes, I agree 100%. I say, like, at home, like there are some things where I'm like, this has a home, and I've got to tell my kids a lot. Like I'll get really annoyed if I go to get something from its home and it's not there. I'm like, why the frick isn't this there? Well, I put it here. I'm like, well, that's freaking great, but I'm blind. If it's not there, I don't know where the frick to find it. And say, but likewise, I have to do a lot of online shopping, so I get a lot of Amazon packages with brown paper in it. So there comes times in my office I'll have this accumulation of brown paper, and sometimes excess boxes, and I'm like, should probably burn those.
I have taken to heart the adage, don't put it down, put it away. So I need to do that. Otherwise, it'll sit there and I will not, it'll be in plain sight, but I will not see it. Every so often I'll realize, oh, that's there. I need to take care of that. And then it's gone again. So I try to not put it down, put it away.
Those are wise words. I like that.
What about you, Gary? G-Webs? Are you guys organized?
I said not really. Because I can't find anything I'm looking for around here half the time. That could just be my brain, but
Alzheimer's, son of a bitch.
I've never been as organized as I would like to be. My organization skills are not great. I'll admit it.
I have multiple of things because I will not be able to find it, so I'll just buy another one and then not be able to find that at some point.
I was going to say it's probably a factor of when you're at work or something, other people are in the equation. Other people are part of the factor. at home, depending on your situation. You know, you're putting stuff in your own workshop or your own man cave or something. That's one thing, but if you're talking like the kitchen and it's, you know, there's other people in the house, you're back to that, you know, other people involved. So something like a fire extinguisher, I think it's like barbecue's talking about, like, I mean, that's not something you play with and take and move or whatever, but you know what I mean? Like something important or something that's used all the time by everybody. I could see having like, hey, let's put that back. Otherwise, you're just screwing with everybody versus, you know, this is my room and how, you know, you could have a really clean house, but then your room is messy because that's your thing. And, you know, like because they're saying like my grandpa was, people would say he was messy, but because, you know, like his shop or whatever was all chaotic, but he knew where everything was. He knew the last time he set something down, and yeah, okay, there's a drawer for drill bits or whatever, but if the last time he used one, he set it down and he remember, you know, he knew that. So, you know, it might look like a pile of shit around his drill press, but he knew which drills were out and which ones were, you know. Anyway, so if you're the only one using your stuff, it may look chaotic to somebody else, but that don't mean nothing.
Well,
And
the rest of my apartment is pretty organized and neat, but I don't let people in here in this studio because it's a mess.
I was gonna say it kind of depends on how often you use stuff. Like personally, I would say the stuff I rarely use is probably wherever it kind of should be or supposed to be stored, kind of thing. But the stuff I'm using constantly, like faucets, like a lot of stuff I'll have, and then at some point I've gotten old enough or whatever to go, you know what? Instead of me dragging, I don't know, like a lighter or something, like, you know, instead of me dragging a lighter around the house, I don't smoke or nothing. Like, there's no point in dragging a lighter around. And if I'm gonna like need one over here because I'm constantly cutting nylon cord and I burn it or whatever, and then I need one over here because I'm always burning the little phrase off of patches, why don't I just get two lighters? They don't cost nothing, and leave a lighter over here and leave a lighter over there. Like, so I do that where, you know what I mean? Like, if it's something that I'm using all the time, like it'll just be out. It won't be in a drawer because what's the point? It'd be getting out of the drawer. Just like that's almost making your life more annoying if you're putting something away that you use all the time. So I think it's a, what's the word? Like how often you use it is a factor too. Like you're never going to put away your pocket knife. Your pocket knife is in your pocket. Like that's where it's put away. Like if you put it in a drawer, you'd be constantly walking over and picking up out of the drawer to use it all the time.
My knives are just kind of all over the place. Pretty much every room has a knife in it because I've walked into that room with that knife and then sat it down, and it never made it out of that room. Which is fine because then I have a knife in that room. But there are a few things that, like my frying pan, um, it it needs to go back into its place. I take very good care of it.
Well,
And I
who's
get
going
it.
to take it and leave with it or something? Like, where else would it be?
Well, just if somebody else uses it and doesn't take care of it, um, which I'm okay with my wife using it now. It used to kind of bug me a little bit because it was my frying pan that I take care of, and but it's like she won't wash it. Well, if she uses it, she'll wash it. But if I used it and I forgot to wash it, she won't wash it because I know she knows I get a little annoyed because I want it washed well, a certain way. And it's like that with my springform pans, which disappeared. And by the back when I was into baking and I'd bake stuff, cakes and pies and stuff like that. And I had a really nice glass um, pie dish that disappeared. I think we went to a party and I forgot to bring it home. But I was really annoyed for a long time that my pie dish disappeared. It was a nice one.
Like, you got kids. I'm assuming that at some point, like however old they are when they can walk around and do stuff and grab stuff on their own, like at some point, you're just like resolved to, I don't own anything anymore. My kids can just destroy anything I own and I'll just deal with it. I thought parents
No.
just to that point.
Some stuff, but like the Mariners room, the kids don't go in the Mariners room. They know that's Dad's room. They don't mess with stuff. I'll let them touch some stuff, but like in the Mariners room, no, that's not a room for them to play in. Sergeant Joe Smith is out there.
Does that make it the room that is the ultimate goal to go play in then, or they just don't care then?
No, they just don't. They don't play. I have never told them don't go in there. They just kind of know don't go in there. And there's nothing really, I mean, that they can hurt by going. That's the room that has all my Mariners memorabilia. That's why it's called the Mariners room. The lunch boxes are in there.
Unwrap all your unused 19 whatever year like toy or something and play with it for 5 minutes and leave it unwrapped there.
Well, there's only one toy in there that it's like I don't even touch because it's a see-through model of the Yamato, the Star Blazers. It's called the Argo in the U.S. version, but and it's a lot of pieces. I mean, you can take apart the panels and stuff and see the engine and all the parts inside, but it's a pain in the ass to put back together. When we moved, I put in the box, and I didn't put it on the shelves. There's whoever had the house before us had a bunch of shelves in this one room. That's why I put all the memorabilia, because all the shelves were already up there. But I didn't. I left it in the box, and I forgot what box it was in. So I saw the box and I couldn't remember what it was. So I picked it up and I shook it to see what it was, and I spent a long time putting that model back together because the pieces are kind of somewhat snapped together, but it's made so you can pull it apart so you can see, the interior of the ship.
Have you ever seen that thing that it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's like a little thing you buy and it's like a diorama of a bookshelf with a shit ton of books on it and they're tiny. And then like if you look at it, it's good to go, but if you shake it or move it, all the books fall off the shelf. And then you have to open it up and put all those books back on the shelf.
No.
Have you seen that thing?
No.
It's I don't know what to call that. Like it's kind of like a fidget tool or something. It's like this thing you buy that to stress you out, I guess, if that's like annoying. But like going back to do you like your things organized or whatever? First time I saw one, I was like, what the hell is this? Like a dollhouse or something? And then I saw that it's literally like a fidget toy. Like you buy it so that you put all the books back on the shelf. Imagine like a dollhouse of like a really elaborate rich person's library room. Like, so it looks like, just like a wall of books or whatever. And the books are all a little bit smaller than a postage stamp. Like that's how big the books are. So it's like a bookshelf of all these little books. And then you get it all organized however you want, and then you tip it and all the books fall back out. And it's sort of like in an enclosure so the books don't get lost, but they all tumble onto the floor or whatever. And then, you open up the thing and start putting all the books back in. It's like,
well, that probably works on for some people.
Like it must be soothing or something for people. Like
to put it back together is satisfying.
Right.
I'm kind of one of those people.
Or maybe like the concept of like, I'm going to put all the blue ones together, or I'm going to put them in alphabetically because they all have little book covers. Like they all look like little books. Like there looks like a book, like a dollhouse thing or something. So it's all like really highly detailed. So that might be part of it too, is like the satisfaction of reorganizing it or resorting it or whatever that's called. I have no idea though. Like to me, it just seems like I don't know. There's no way I'm going to get enough satisfaction to waste that much time doing that. Like I would do it once to like set it up, like, oh, that's neat, and then like a Lego set or something. But like I'm not the person that's going to make a Lego set, smash it, and then remake the Lego set. That's not my interest.
Have a good night, Ron. Let me get rid of that. I was going to say, have you
stuff. Have you seen, since speaking of frying pans, have you seen the Hexware? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I've kind of looked into those. It's basically it's half um hang on, let me
Non-stick
get-
Teflon and half stainless.
yeah. I don't know, it seems kind of gimmicky to me.
That's what I thought when I
Hexclad.
heard about it.
Called.
Hexclad, yeah, that's what it is. I'm assuming it's losing its fad, or it's on the end of its fad, because I see them everywhere on clearance. Like everywhere that I go, to the places I go, like it's in the piles, like in clearance and stuff. So I'm guessing that, it's done its whatever, like its lifespan is reached or something, because now people are returning it and not buying it, so it's accumulating at the stores instead of, for a while there it was like the hottest thing. I think you couldn't find
Yeah,
it.
lots of who was it? Gordon Ramsay, I think, was doing commercials for him.
Oh,
Yep.
I saw that. Okay, that'll happen, right? Or that'll make it happen.
Have you seen the? I think I've seen them on Instagram, but it looks like kind of a stack of books, but then there's a window into it, and it's like a hallway with the 9-degree bend, and there's video games, and they have to be like 3 inches tall inside this little diorama thing, and they're all lighted, so it's all lit up inside. Looks like an arcade. Really cool.
Oh, you mean like video games, like a miniature thing, like a dollhouse thing?
Yeah.
Is this
But
the kind of thing like you stick it on a bookshelf and then it's like I don't know, like it's meant to just be looked at or something, like on a bookshelf?
yeah.
Okay, I think I've seen something similar, but not with a video game. It was with some other scene, but I've seen something like that where
Almost like a peek and see.
art. It's like art or something.
It's really cool because they're super accurate renditions, and like I said, they're probably I'm just guessing. I haven't seen a scale, but they look like they're maybe the video games inside the books are like 3 inches tall, and they look like a miniaturized version of the arcade games. And it's with the hallway and the bend, it looks deeper than it actually is. So there's a little bit of optical illusion going on there too. But I don't like. I know I looked at them. I don't remember how much they were. But it was kind of, I really want it, but I don't need it, kind of thing.
Have you seen the deal where somebody will take a chunk out of like a corner or like maybe a wall or something, and then they'll
Yeah.
maybe take like an outlet and turn that into a door or something, and then have like
Yeah.
sometimes it's Legos or they're just little miniatures, and then like I guess for art, just to like be cool or something, so that somebody goes, "Hey, what's going on with you have like a break in your wall?" Oh, and then they look in there, and then it's like a little world going on, like Fraggle Rock or something.
Yeah. That and
Kids, that'd be cool. I could see grandparents doing that for sure.
I used to see, I didn't sub to his bit on Instagram, a dude that would basically walk around with a set of colored chalk, and when he'd see like damage in a sidewalk or something, and he'd turn that into a picture of something, usually like a mouse doing something. So when you looked at it from the right angle, then it had a lot of depth to it.
I've seen stuff where like somebody will find like a chip out of a concrete curb or something, or a bus stop or something, and then they'll fill it with like Legos and then maybe epoxy or something so that it stays there forever. But like they fill it with some other alternative material, and then it's kind of like another art emplacement or whatever they call it. It's kind of like graffiti, but high tech graffiti.
Should we do a bracket?
I did a bracket on barbecue show. I'm bracketed out. Brackets are, now that I've done one on barbecue show, I don't know.
Well, maybe you can handle one more.
Let's get it on!
So let me open that. And then I'll share that. Winder. So the bracket is the Mel Gibson movies bracket.
Mm.
I went and I watched more Mel Gibson movies. I have not watched all the movies on this bracket. I decided to go ahead and just do it because it would I would have to push this bracket off for months until I got to watch all. So there's a few on here that I know of, but I haven't actually watched.
I think I've seen every one. You do not like Mel Gibson?
Well, I do. I just haven't watched all of them. But let me. So we've got Air America.
Good one.
Uh-oh. Where'd my window go? There we go. Braveheart.
I never seen that one.
Conspiracy Theory.
I don't remember.
He bites off Captain Picard's nose.
Oh
In
shit!
the movie. Fat Man. That's where
Decent.
he's Santa Claus. Gallipoli.
Ugh, that's a long time ago.
It is an older one. Get the Gringo.
I just watched that not too long ago.
Yeah, I just watched it too. It's kind of an odd story.
Yeah, I like it.
Lethal Weapon. Maverick. Payback. Ransom. This is one I haven't watched. I've seen clips of it, but I haven't actually watched it.
They're kind of similar to that last one or whatever, obviously.
Well, yeah, because I watched Payback and then I watched Get the Gringo, and it's kind of similar.
Yeah, for sure.
Road Warrior.
Best movie ever made, almost.
Signs.
After a good one.
The Year of Living Dangerously. He's a reporter during an uprising in Indonesia. The Patriot. The Bounty. It's the mutiny on the Bounty story. We Were Soldiers.
Oh shit! I forgot about this one.
And that's the last one.
He might be one of the best actors.
It was kind of interesting because I went back and I watched Mad Max, and his acting is not very good in Mad Max. But you look at him now, he became a very, very good actor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not just like I'm that guy, and he comes in and is that guy in every. I mean, he kind of is, but he's not restricted to that. I mean, if he gets paid to do that, he does it, but he can do quite a bit of stuff, I think. Yeah.
Are there any questions on the movies?
So
We
Lethal
we just have
Weapon is
Braveheart win now.
just the first one, or
Just the first one. I didn't like the first one is the best one.
Director's cut or theatrical version?
Theatrical version.
no Passion of the Christ? No.
Which one of these has a director's cut that's different or
Well,
better?
he's not in the Passion of the Christ. He
With
directed
the weapon.
Passion of the Christ.
Oh,
Has director's cut that's different. It starts off way different in the director's cut. There's a jack wagon at an elementary school that's just picking kids off on the playground with an SKS, and then Riggs does Riggs stuff and just walks out in the middle of the playground, and the guy with the SKS just shoots all around him, and he just takes his Beretta 92 and pops the guy, and then just walks away like the boss that he is. And that's how they kick it off with the director's cut. Although that's a pretty strong friggin' beginning. I can see why they didn't go with that.
Oh, so So, were there any questions on these movies? Other than that,
I'm assuming Mad Max is by itself and not Road Warriors by itself and not with Mad Max and the
yeah, just Road Warrior is a better movie than Mad Max.
Ugh.
So I went with Road Warrior.
You didn't put What Women Want on here?
No,
that's all right.
Which one?
The one where you can hear what women think.
Oh, right.
So stop. So let me get the comments back up here. There we go. Attack on 4C. I saw it a long time ago and I don't remember it. I thought about going back and watching it. I just haven't. Because I wanted to watch those other Mel Gibson ones that I watched first. And I didn't think these guys would have seen it. Because I am often hamstrung by everybody else's lack of cinematic interest.
I like this much better than Debbie Gibson movies.
Still think Edge of Darkness should have been on here. That was a good one. A lot of people don't know it though.
What he's done a lot of movies, and in the last 10 years, like half his movies he's done or have been in the last 10 years. I think in 2022 there's like 5 or 6 movies, something like that.
Bonkers.
So we've got the Road Warrior versus the Bounty. Barbecue.
I'm not familiar with the Bounties. I'm gonna have to go with the Road Warrior.
Road Warrior.
It's an epic. It's a really long movie about paper towel.
It's based on a true story. The captain is really cruel. The crew mutinies. It's mutiny on the Bounty. And they put him in a ship, put him in a dinghy, cast him off. He makes it back to England, is kind of considered a hero. And it's the tension between him and the crew.
Sounds pretty sweet. I'll check that out.
G-Whips.
One of the best movies. Wait, hold on. Okay, is it back now? One of the best movies ever made versus a movie about paper towel. I'll watch Road Warrior any day.
Road Warrior. Gizzard.
I haven't seen neither one, but the only one I've heard of is
Excuse
Road
me?
Warrior.
You heard me right, Gizzard. You never seen Road Warrior?
I never have.
I will have to say,
mad. That's a way to get somebody mad.
Today is the closest I've ever thought about kicking you off this chat, Gary.
But I'm going to vote for the Road Warrior. Because if I wanted to see one of them, that would be the one.
I am in disbelief.
Can you imagine? Like, you're an adult. You're older than me, I think. Like, so many references to the Road Warrior in the world. Like, I don't even know. Like, do you know all the references that you're missing that were the Road Warrior? Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
You don't know. But every time you see somebody with a crossbow on their wrist, like 1,000%, every one of those comes from Road Warrior. Like, that was like they invented that. Like, no one ever even thought of that before that. I assume every time I ever see a crossbow on somebody's wrist, it's a homage to the Road Warrior.
Okay.
That promo that I gave Hillbilly, that's Road Warrior.
Oh yeah, can you imagine watching that and never seeing Road Warrior? You'd be like, what the heck is all this?
X Adam Once had been lurking most of the chat. Got in at 2:30. Never liked him in Lethal Weapon. Movie is overrated.
What?
I hate Lethal Weapon also. I hate Lethal Weapon.
I think he's
I
been
own
drinking.
all the Lethal Weapon series on DVD.
I think he's X Adam 1 must be huffing paint or something.
I've developed a twitch.
I'm gonna go Road Warrior. So now we've got the Year of Living Dangerously versus Air America. Barbecue.
Not familiar with either one of these, but Air America sounds like it'd be more fun to say. So we're gonna go with that one.
Air America is when the U.S. was operating in Laos. And we weren't supposed to be during the Vietnam War. So they created a corporation, Air America, to move cargo and stuff.
Okay.
G-Webs. It's true story.
Yeah. Year of Living Dangerously, I might have seen it. Sounds boring. It sounds like a drama. And Air America is like a comedy with, like you just said, of the cargo planes being run by the CIA to like equip everybody in Laos who's doing all the work. Because it's not like we went to Cambodia or Laos because we just decided to break the rules. The communists were fucking destroying it. And since the rules of war said we weren't supposed to be there, we sent the CIA there since the CIA isn't combatant or whatever. And all they did is supply people. Like they dropped the supplies and stuff, but it was a clandestine thing. And it was, let's just say there's a lot of good stories from it. And this was like a buddy movie comedy.
Yes, Robert Downey Jr. is also in it.
Version where like the old guy is teaching the young guy, and it's all tongue in cheek. So it's an okay movie. It's not the best movie, but it's definitely better than a drama. So I'm going with Air America.
Barbecue didn't want to hear about it, so he left.
He's sick of it. He didn't want to hear any of this. Oh no, you can.
Gary.
Well, I'd have to vote for Air America, although I haven't seen either one.
Of course not.
Well, nobody else has either.
What happened is he'd never seen Road Warrior, so he doesn't know what a good movie is. So he's like, why would I want to go watch a movie? Movies aren't good.
I've seen all the Porky's movies, have you?
I've got to go Air America. Oh, so Lethal Weapon versus Fat Man. Barbecue.
This should not be a matchup already. This one's not fair.
I know.
Like some of these other matchups, like this one's not fair. I've got to go with Lethal Weapon. Like it's one of the ultimate Christmas movies.
G-Webs.
Yeah, I don't like Lethal Weapon at all. I hated it when it first came out, and it was one of the movies that was on HBO all the damn time, and that didn't help. Like, I either love the movies that were on HBO or I hate them, and I'll never change my mind because HBO brainwashed us. Because they were on, like, they would end and then it would start again. And if you're at home, you got nothing to do, and you're just sitting there watching movies over and over, you get brainwashed. So I hate that movie. I know a lot of people love it. I get it. But Fat Man was actually really good. I really liked Fat Man.
It was really good. That's why this
was a Christmas movie or whatever, like a Santa Claus movie. But yeah, I really kind of liked it. And like I said, I really hate Lethal Weapon. I don't just not like it. I hate it. And it's partly because so many people love it, and I just don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. But anyway, yeah.
Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, Gary Busey.
I don't really care about the rest of them. I like Mel Gibson, but I hate him in that movie. Like, I just don't like him. What is he trying to be funny? Like, I just don't get it. I don't like him in that movie.
Gary.
Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon.
Have you seen it though? Have you seen Lethal Weapon?
I
Or you
own
said
it.
you did? Okay, you said
I
you've seen it.
own it. I've got it in the living room on DVD. Yes, I do.
X out of one said Fat Man. I was really, really surprised on that. I mentioned it before. How good Fat Man was for the ridiculous story it was. It had a decent enough budget, good enough writing, and two really good actors.
Right?
And they
It
pulled it
looked
off.
good. And I'm like, why would I want to watch a Santa Claus movie? And then I'm like, wow, they actually
The
made
only
a new
weak
movie,
point,
like a different movie. Like, holy crap, like in 2025, a wholly different movie came out, like a new movie.
the only weak point was the actress that played his wife.
I liked her.
She was okay. I know her she was English and her accent annoyed me.
Oh, I get you there. I can't remember what other movie she's in. She's in some other movie, and she's like an epic character, so I like her in pretty much anything.
I mean, her character wasn't bad. It's just, I don't know, it just bugged me. That her accent. But I'm gonna have to go Lethal Weapon.
Oh, thank God.
I mean, yeah, I mean, Fat Man up against most of these others that are left, I would have voted Fat Man, but I have to go Lethal Weapon. I saw Lethal Weapon. I would think I was in junior high. He came out in 80 something, right?
7?
Yeah, took off with the dude who was older. I think somebody was grooming me, but in my karate class, dude's like, hey, he was older than me, so he hung out with him the whole day. We went and watched Lethal Weapon, rode on his motorcycle. He was a logger. Well, I don't think he wasn't exactly a logger, but he's like a tree topper. But he might have been grooming me. I don't know. So that's quite a bit younger than him. But so now we've got conspiracy theory versus Gallipoli. Barbecue.
Conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy theory. G-Webs.
Well, I really don't know if I must have seen Conspiracy Theory. I don't, and if I've seen Gallipoli or whatever, it was once a million years ago. So I'm not sure if I can answer this one good. Neither one of them is going to stand a chance to Lethal Weapon next time. So I guess Conspiracy Theory.
X Adamon wants to know what's a tree topper. He's it's kind of like a logger, but they're more tree trimming than logging an acre trees. He had some really nice high end chainsaws.
I never thought about that. Like somebody where X Adam 1 is, like, Vegas outskirts and stuff, where they probably don't have a lot of trees, not knowing what a job like that would be. Where you have like a bunch of trees.
Gary, conspiracy theory, Gallipoli.
Well, Gallipoli sounds like a damn disease or something like that, or something you get at an Italian
Well,
restaurant. One or the
it's
other.
the British fighting in Turkey against the
Yeah.
Turks. World War One.
Conspiracy theory sounds like a lot more fun. Let's go with that.
Here's like Gallipolio.
Oh, I'm gonna go conspiracy theory. I think I like the movie. It's not, it's a good movie, not great movie. So now Payback versus The Patriot. Barbecue.
Patriot. That's easy.
G-Webs.
Paycheck was alright, but Patriot is fucking epic. So, fucking epic movie where tomahawks are used. All kinds of awesome other things versus. Yeah. I mean, Payback's okay, but it's kind of like the formulaic movie. It's kind of like.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Patriot for sure.
Gizzard.
I have seen The Patriot. We're gonna go with that.
Holy shit.
I really like the Patriot. Historically, it's a little muddled because he's an amalgamation of many different characters. But I liked it more than Payback. Oh, there's a lot of unanimous votes in this first round. More than normal. So now we've got Signs versus Braveheart.
What the fuck? Sorry. Like these. God.
Barbecue.
Braveheart's like my all-time favorite movie. But Signs, quite possibly like one of my all-time favorite science fiction movies. This is so unfair, but yeah, Braveheart wins every time.
Braveheart.
Son of a.
G-Webs.
I pulled a Gizzard. I've never seen Braveheart. I won't watch it. I refuse to watch it. And then Signs, I didn't like that much, but I'm going to vote Signs just to piss everybody off who likes Braveheart so much.
So Braveheart's a friggin' documentary.
I'm not saying I've never seen it. I have no idea if it's good or not. It's just like Titanic to me. I won't watch a movie that everybody says is so fucking good. If I just won't do it.
I laughed very hard at Titanic. I did not expect to laugh that hard, but when the boat sank, it was hilarious.
Please tell me you were in the theater.
No, I was
Oh, damn.
Gary.
Have not seen Braveheart. I have seen Signs. I
What?
like Signs. We're going with Signs.
What the?
What?
I stand with Gizzard. I stand with Gizzard on this one.
Well, I'm voting Braveheart, so we need anyone out there in the chat. Signs or Braveheart? We just need at least one.
Topper. Somebody needs to be the tree topper in the chat.
Give us a sign.
Signs everywhere there's signs. Just need one vote, please. Somebody help me. Help me now.
I really didn't like Signs that much because
Is there
it's a slow,
anybody
but
in there?
it was interesting.
I don't know. I didn't really like Signs that much.
I really enjoyed Signs.
I mean, I didn't hate it, but
I really like that they could.
There you go.
It better fucking say Braveheart. I swear to God, it better say
Nope.
Braveheart.
Sorry.
Oh, X Adam 1 says,
all right, I tried to rage quit and it didn't fucking let me rage quit. What the frick?
Mr. Bob said Braveheart. Ozzy said Braveheart.
But
I think Braveheart's going to take it. We'll give it a couple more
said
seconds.
The first one.
No, I said at least one.
Judges.
I'm going to say, swing away, Meryl. Iconic.
I'm the judge, jury, and executioner. So
I'm pretty sure it said at least one.
2, 1. Braveheart. Moving on.
I mean, I assume Braveheart would win.
I assumed it would be unanimous.
Everybody
That
fucking
was
loves it, and it gets memed a lot, which means so many people fucking love it.
way too close for comfort.
That was surprising.
I'm going to make sure I go to the Thunder on the Prairie now just to punch Gary in the wiener, and then we're
Oh,
going to
the
hold
other
him down
reason-
and make him watch Braveheart.
The other
Braveheart
reason
almost
is
got Barney fifed.
I played too much D&D as a kid, so I don't have any interest in watching sword movies. I know it's not a dragon movie, but like I won't watch sword and dragon movies, and that's way too close to being a sword movie to me, so I won't watch it. Or at least I got no interest in ever watching it. If it was on in a room, I'm not gonna like run out of the room or something.
Hold on. So you've never seen Dragonheart either?
Is that Sean Connery? I would have seen that.
Yeah.
That's one
Sean
of the ones
Connery,
that-
Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that turned me off. Like I was already getting sick of it, and that helped me get sick of it.
Sean Connery did not have a good dragon voice.
The problem is D&D. Like you're sitting there playing D&D in your head or whatever, and then they make a movie, especially with bad movie, special effects back in the day weren't that good compared to what, we expected to see or something. So I think I just had too much, expectation in my head, and nobody ever met it in a movie. So I was just like, I'm never going to watch one of these again. They're just always a
I
disappointment.
will admit, when the dragon exposes his heart, it kind of looked like shit.
Yeah, but it had the redheaded chick from Starship Troopers.
It did.
I forgot
Yep.
about-
I don't even know Starship or whatever the hell Troopers thing they were talking about is, but remember the redhead, she was hot.
So we've got Ransom versus Maverick. Barbecue.
Maverick. I don't even know why I had to think about that. Definitely Maverick.
Maverick. G-Webs.
Yeah, Ransom is it's a fine movie. It's basically kind of like Paycheck or something. It's like an action movie, but formulaic. Like it's nothing amazing. Maverick. I mean, I liked Maverick to begin with, and it was a decent movie. I like Jodie Foster, so I think they did well. I just watched it the other day too for some reason. I think it's on Amazon or something for free, so I just watched it the other day.
Plus, it's Old West themed. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
that in itself.
And it's like a high budget, so it's well done. It's not like a cheesy Old West show. It's pretty fun. A little cheesy movie, I guess, but Maverick was a little bit cheesy. The TV show, was like designed to be a homage to that.
Gary?
Maverick.
Maverick. I think I'm going to go Maverick. I didn't love it. It was all right. Except one said Maverick. That was one that I had to, that was on the list of movies to watch that I never got around to. But when we decided to do a Mel Gibson one, that was, I think, the first one that I went back to watch so I could kind of fill out the bracket. So Maverick is moving on. So We Were Soldiers versus Get the Gringo. Barbecue.
Honestly, I don't think I've seen either of these. However, I know I've seen bits and pieces of We Were Soldiers, so I'm going to go with that one.
We Were Soldiers. G-Webs.
Well, he cheats by being one of the last Vietnam movies, but We Were Soldiers I think you could easily argue it's the best movie of the Vietnam War. So, I mean, it's fucking epic. I really liked Get the Gringo. I thought it was an interesting movie. Like, it's a different movie. It's a different plot than you expect.
Yeah.
And it's a lot going on. I like it. I really like it. But We Were Soldiers, like, holy shit. Like, that's going to be a tough one to fight with Road Warrior. Like, that is such a fucking movie.
His accent, though.
I don't care. The United States is a bunch of people from other countries, so that would make sense. We're going to have English people. We're going to have, whatever accents.
Well, no, he puts on an American accent, and it doesn't sound that good. It's kind of Tennessee-ish accent. A mild.
I mean, I guess
plan.
if that, I don't even like the what the movie is and the way that it's made. It covers so many things. Like it's the the home side of it, the just everything about it. Like I say, like they cheated by letting all the other Vietnam movies get made over the decades, and then they were like, you know what, let's learn lessons from all of those and add just a couple of things that have never been done before. But like, and it's not just like a cheesy copy. It's like just so fucking. I don't know who made it. Probably somebody good who knows what they're doing made it, because it is fucking good. But then you listen to people from Nam, and they say that it's a legit movie. Like it is. And plus it's one of the first like significant battles and stuff of the whole campaigns and stuff. So just a really 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 good movie. Like say like what's it called, like a what do they call that? It's nonfiction essentially. It's like a dramatization of real events, and they attempted to pay homage and not make it just a cheesy action movie. Fucking epic. So Barbecue, I envy you if you haven't seen it. Like if you enjoy at all an authentic Vietnam movie, you're gonna fucking love it, because it's I mean it's a tearjerker. Like it's a legit war movie. It's good.
Ozzy
Nice.
said Maverick had a ton of old Western stars.
Good point. You have to kind of look at all the Easter eggs in Maverick for sure.
Gary?
I'm gonna go with We Were Soldiers.
We Were Soldiers. I watched Get the Gringo, and I watched the trailer for We Were Soldiers. So that's another one that I didn't watch. But I'm gonna go We Were Soldiers. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 unanimous votes in the first round.
I'm giving that to randomness, because I think if like Road Warrior and We Were Soldiers were together, or like something that we all have, opinions on, like I think this could have been more of a fight. I just think they happened to line up weak and strong in this.
Yeah, it was definitely an anomaly, because this hasn't happened before. I mean, we've had unanimous votes, but not this many. It's just kind of odd. So now we've got the Road Warrior versus Air America Barbecue.
Road Warrior.
Road Warrior. G-Webs.
Air America is good. It's a fun movie. It's worth watching, and you can watch it. It's like I don't really even remember what happens, and I've probably seen it like 10 times. Like I could watch it again now and enjoy it, but it's a nothing movie. Road Warrior is not just a documentary of our future, but a warning of what our future could be. So one of the best movies ever made. Probably just under Red Dawn and Terminator is Road Warrior.
Gary?
Road Warrior.
Road Warrior. So, yeah, I'm going to go Road Warrior. So another unanimous vote.
And nobody realizes this because you're all young. A lot of people are young and are just would have no idea. But the Road Warrior was a movie, and then cable television happened in the United States, right? Like I don't think they made Road Warrior for us, did they? Like Road Warrior happened just before cable, and then cable came out, and they didn't know how to work it yet, so they were like, let's just show movies over and over and over and over. Like as soon as it ends, we'll show the next movie, the same movie again. And if you got home from school or whatever, what are you going to do? Watch a cartoon or the Road Warrior? And then you could just sit down watching the Road Warrior after school, and then at 11 p.m. you've probably seen like Road Warrior like 4 or 5 times, and that's all you did is sit on the couch watching Road Warrior 4 or 5 times. Like I don't know how many of us lived that life, but I mean at least everybody I know. If Road Warrior was on that day, like we weren't playing, we weren't going outside and playing Star Wars figures or nothing. We were going to stay home and watch Road Warrior over and over and over. That movie was so epic, and I don't know how young we were, but I mean, it taught us the inevitable future of what happens if you don't act. So, Road Warrior caused a whole generation, and it activated a whole generation to resist tyranny.
Some of us were already in the job force in 1981 when that came.
Oh my goodness! Like I say, I'm pretty sure I just remember coming home from school and being like, kind of up to like a whim. Like if there was something good on HBO, we're staying home, and if there ain't, we're outside, because it was basically like, if like Pretty Woman or something would have been on over and over and over, nobody'd stay home. Everybody'd go outside.
So that's actually better than the original.
No, I don't agree with Foss. Mad Max is a unique, like a homemade version of the beginning of Road Warrior, and it's the beginning of Road Warrior. It's like almost necessary to watch. It's like the moon and a planet. Like you can't say one's better than the other, because without the one, the gravity would have never created an atmosphere on the one. So it's not the same. It's not a big budget movie, but it was like the original that's original grain of sand that created the pearl, and you got to give the pearl wouldn't exist without the grain of sand. So it's raw, but holy shit, and it's raw. Like it's immediate. Like doesn't it like immediately start with like killing and rapes and stuff? Like it is raw.
It starts with the car chase, because the Knight Rider is escaping in the police car and he's being chased. That's how it starts.
So, yeah, like it is not for the weak of heart, and they didn't even play it on cable. Like they couldn't play it on cable for a while, I don't think.
No, you didn't see it until after
after
Road Warrior was out.
And for most of us, because we were all little, we didn't know that what order they came out in. We were presented the things in this order. So Road Warrior was first, and then Mad Max, and it didn't make any sense. And then after you got old enough, you were like, "Oh, I get it now." But then they made Thunderdome and ruined it. But for a while there, we had Road Warrior, and then this like you could get Mad Max on VHS, and like that was a whole thing too. Like some people knew about it and some people didn't, and everybody hands down was Road Warrior. Like holy shit, Road Warrior was it. And then when people were like, did you know that there's a Mad Max movie that's pre-Road Warrior? Like that was probably the first time we ever heard of a prequel, or the whole concept of like movies in sequence or something. Like I don't know, that was so foundational. It was such a massive movie, at least for those of us that were that age. At least everywhere, where I grew up and everybody I've known, that was like immediately we were all playing Road Warrior and stuff on bikes and stuff. Oh man.
Mr. Bob said, in 81, I was a gunslinger in a hospital and going to programming school.
Awesome.
You're being born, probably, barbecue?
Not for another 8 years.
8 years? Holy shit. Okay.
And Road Warrior is a better movie than Mad Max.
I'm not saying you're lazy, but some of us got born in time to watch Road Warrior. But just saying.
Hey, it's not my fault. Like, I tried to be here sooner, but
so Lethal Weapon versus Conspiracy Theory, barbecue.
Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. This is a bracket of unanimous votes. G-Webs.
I mean, I don't even remember.
G-Webs hates Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, I don't really like Lethal Weapon, but I can't remember Conspiracy Theory, so that's not helping it. So I guess I'll vote for Lethal Weapon. It's not like my vote's going to make a difference on this one anyway.
Gary.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon.
What's Conspiracy Theory again? I feel like I've seen it.
Mel Gibson he's a cab driver and he has mental issues, but he's into all these conspiracy theories.
Oh, okay. I kind of like that one. I'm going to vote for it, but it don't matter. And I'm only voting for it out of spite. Obviously, it's not a better movie. I know that.
And it turns out that the government was, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen it, government was doing things to him. And they would track him they embedded in him a need to buy the book Catcher in the Rye. So every time Catcher in the Rye was bought, it would register and then they could see where he was.
Oh, interesting. I'll have to watch it again.
So Lethal Weapon moves on.
Is that a movie? In that movie, does he have his like apartment rigged to blow up or something with a bunch of bombs and wires and stuff? Or is that a different?
I don't remember that part.
Okay.
I know he gets picked up, and Patrick Stewart was kind of the handler. And he escapes after biting off Patrick Stewart's nose.
How big a factor is an actor that's a baby in a movie? Not a baby, but like one of the actor's first roles or something. Like, how big a factor is that in liking a movie? So, like, if there's a movie from the '80s that is okay, but it's like, I don't know, some famous actor you like's first role, and even though they're probably not good in it because it's their first role, you appreciate the movie more because it's got that actor in it. Like, are there any movies that get extra points because it was somebody's thing, or the only time they played a bad guy or something?
I don't know. I'd have to sit down and really rethink. That takes some
Yeah.
time to kind of go through the
It's a
movies.
pretty complicated one.
So The Patriot versus Braveheart.
Oh, easy.
Barbecue.
I'm gonna have a freaking aneurysm, I swear.
You should have the Patriot and Braveheart guy fight each other to win over this one, and who would win?
Oh, it's gonna be freaking William Wallace every time.
Which one is that?
But Braveheart.
Okay. Oh. How can Braveheart win? He's the bully with a sword. Patriot's got a tomahawk. He's way more agile.
Yeah, but Braveheart has a claymore.
Yeah, Claymore takes forever to swing around. That's another fake part of that movie.
Sorry, you're still waiting on that. Answer is Braveheart. I'm just like, what the frick is with these matchups for Braveheart? Like, what the crap?
Well, it's probably going to go up against Maverick in the next round. G-Webs.
That's fine. That's an easy one.
I am going for this answer. I'm going to go ahead and paint my face purple on one half, and then vote for the Patriot.
And so this could very easily be a finals.
Gary.
Patriot.
Oh shit! I think that was the deciding factor right there.
So, sorry, Barbecue.
It's all right. It's all right. This might be the only one that I could be okay with potentially beating Braveheart. That or Lethal Weapon.
I'm voting Braveheart. So it goes out to the chat. Ozzy said Braveheart.
It's an emotional roller coaster. We need more votes for the Patriot. I'm not saying you're voting for another country by voting the Braveheart, but you're voting for some other country than the United States. That's all I'm saying.
So we'll give it a minute here. See if anybody else votes.
If you vote for the Patriot, you're voting for some weird
America.
French guy that some weird French guy that wore baby blue crap.
I listened to a podcast. Tony or somebody told me about this guy's a friend of mine told me about this. I can't remember where I heard about it. But anyway, somebody told me about this podcast, and then I listened to it when I was driving out camping one time. Yeah, like I recorded it and listened to it, and it was all about. It kind of laid out where the French and Indian War comes into, and I never had paid attention to that shit in history school or history classes and stuff. So it was interesting to me to hear, like, I would say, like, a little bit of the history, and then, like you're saying, the Patriot itself, the movie, is like a mix of a bunch of things, but the things it's a mix of is the French and Indian War, and the French and Indian War is where we figured out small unit tactics are better than wars of attrition. The fighting, like the old-fashioned fighting with the lines, and the general stands on a hill, and it's like watching a chess game for the general, but everybody else just stands there getting shot at, and it's just like everybody. I don't know how the fuck they did it, but they would fight like that. And we took, after getting our asses kicked a lot by the French and Indian stuff, and kicking ass because we had Indians on our side too, but basically small unit tactics come from Indian fighting, and that's how we won the Revolutionary War. So the French and Indian War gave us a taste and an interest in that, and the Patriot is a mix, but it's trying to show how that experience resulted in us kicking the shit out of them violently, and that scaring the shit out of them so bad that they left us alone. And that's a lot to cram into that movie. I never knew shit about that until I watched the movie again after listening to that guy's podcast, and I dig the Patriot even more because of that now.
So
But yeah,
Mr.
you were
Bob
just
voted
a great guy
Patriot,
walking
which
around.
ties it back up. So we need at least one more vote. We need
Where's
a
X Adam
tiebreaker.
1? Come on.
So does the next one take it?
We'll say the next one will swing this vote. I happened to watch before the chat 2 videos. One was kind of about the Patriot and why there's no movies about the Revolutionary War in Hollywood. And the other one was on battlefield tactics, basically the British. Why did armies fight like that? Stand in a line. And it was kind of interesting. It made a lot of sense. It basically had to do with the time it takes to reload, and kind of laid it out how the first one to shoot, if you shoot first, it actually puts you at a disadvantage, because as you're reloading, it allows the enemy to advance on you and then shoot before you're reloaded. But you shoot in one block. I always thought about it as they're kind of, brown bass is inaccurate, so you shoot en masse so you hopefully hit something. But it was more kind of, this unit is shooting. While this unit's shooting, you can move this other unit. But if everybody's shooting, everybody shoots and then everybody reloads. Now you're stuck reloading while the enemy can advance on you. So if, you've got a line here to shoot, and then this line over here shoots, you can advance, move this group, move that group. It a little more in-depth tactics than just your guns are not accurate, so you have to shoot all together.
I think you're looking at it like the tool influenced the fight, and it did a little bit, but the fighting, I call that war of attrition style battles before we decided to not just stand there looking at each other. But anyway, that comes from, the times when you're not just fighting because you got nothing else to do. You're fighting because your king is your god on earth, and that's your whole reason to exist, is to do their bidding. And those people, again, the king would sit on a big hill or whatever looking down. The other adversary would sit on another hill, and they'd have these battles in the valleys, and they were literally playing chess. So it has to do with what you're saying, but that all started with like pikes and sticks and all the shit that we went through. And so that type of battles was because of people were shooting arrows, and the guy was the sticks, or I don't know the names of all that shit anymore, but I did. But you know what I mean? Like they were playing that like literally like a chess game. And then guns came around and they incorporated it into all that mix. But then, inevitably, but eventually, them trying to play that fucking game, that war of attrition. Let's stand there and you don't shoot the officers, and again, I think as a conscript or as a fighter, then life was different. You didn't have options, was one thing, but I think the other thing was like, you knew that there was a chance you're going to die, but you're probably not. Like, even though some people die, like it's only 10% of people that died or whatever. So it was probably like a little bit of, yeah, I'm going to go stand there and shoot and stuff, and hopefully I don't get killed, but I'm going to watch this whole battle take place and be part of this battle. And then you get to be a veteran of that battle. So even if you lose or win, like, yeah, hopefully you win and all that, but you know what I mean? It's kind of like being in a sports team. Like, you may not be the quarterback that scores the goal, but you get a ring. Like, you were on that team. And I think some of that was like, hey, I'm a veteran of this battle. I was willing to stand there and get shot at and shoot or stab each other with bayonets or whatever they were doing at the time, because there wasn't a lot of options. But I think it was also more that, like, you're part of it. Like, you're watching it happen. You're not just like a team spectator. You're not calling the plays, but you're certainly going to be like enthusiastic at the bar 2 months from now talking about how the plays went down. So I think that's part of it, is people just were, okay with being part of the battles or whatever. I'm just assuming shit. I don't know. But
We're still waiting. We need one more vote.
One vote, folks.
Somebody.
how crazy is it that they refuse to vote? Not that they just can't be bothered. But like at this point, they're making a conscious decision to
There's
All you have to do is say Braveheart or The Patriot.
there's a BBC series which is really good. It stars Sean Bean.
Who's that?
He was in GoldenEye. He was the bad British agent.
Okay.
And then in Lord, did you see Lord of the Rings?
Mhm.
He was. God, I always forget which was Faramir or Boromir.
One of the human kings.
Well, he was with the party, with the Fellowship of the Rings. He was the human
Okay.
that said that you don't just walk into Mordor.
Okay.
But he plays Sharp, Major Sharp, or he gets different. Braveheart.
Oh, this doesn't count. No, it shouldn't
Holy cow.
It should not count. That's messed up.
But it's based on the books and during the Napoleonic Wars. But it's really good, and they're riflemen. Before it's kind of the early adoption of rifles in the British Army. They got they wear green that sets them apart, and they're kind of really ragtag. And he's a commoner, but he saves a duke's life, so he makes him an officer. And there's a lot of friction between him and the upper crust, who the officers are. But the series is really good, and so good that the writer of the books started writing the character to be more like Sean Bean in the TV series. But there's like Sharp's rifle, Sharp's sword, Sharp's war, but you can find them on YouTube. I think the one I watched, the channel was like Spanish or something, so it had Spanish subtitles, but really worth watching, I think. Now we've got Maverick versus Get the Gringo. Barbecue.
Maverick.
G-Webs.
Get the Gringo, just so we have some mix.
Gary.
Maverick.
I'm gonna vote Maverick.
Have you guys seen Get the Gringo?
No.
Yes.
I've heard about it.
I mean, it's not like go drop everything, go watch it or anything. But if you get an opportunity to watch it, it is a different type of movie. It's like a dude he's like a con artist or a thief or something. He gets arrested.
He's a thief.
He books into Mexico, gets arrested, goes to a Mexico jail, and then it's just this like life in a Mexico jail, and he's trying to get out type of movie. It's kind of a comedy. It's funny because Mel Gibson is a funny dude, right? But it's not like a comedy, I don't think. But it's not really an action, so I guess it's an action drama or something. But anyway, it's worth watching for sure. I'm not going to say it's like hands down best movie or anything, but it's worth watching.
No, it was not what I was expecting. It is different. It starts out where he's being chased by the cops, and he's along the border, and he crashes through the wall and gets picked up by the Mexican police.
It's definitely like, after I'm thinking about it, more like a role made for Mel Gibson, like how he's kind of like, he's able to do action and he's able to do drama and like whatever like you call like a thriller maybe, or like that. And then but anyway, I think it's really made for his, like, somebody knew how he acts and like made a nice movie around him or with his like strengths.
Mr. Bob said Maverick. So now we've got Lethal Weapon versus Road Warrior. Barbecue.
Lethal Weapon.
G-Webs.
At this point, I'm only voting for Road Warrior. I hate all the rest of these movies. I don't hate them, but I don't like two of them very much.
Gary?
Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. So what we've got here is a tie. So I'm going Road Warrior.
It went from the most unanimous to the most going to the audience. The audience thought they were just going to casually sit back and watch a bracket this evening.
So we need somebody to vote.
Now
Break
they have
this tie.
to lift their hand up and point a finger out and touch on their screen of their phone. Oh my goodness, it's so difficult. Or reach over and click on a keyboard. Oh my goodness.
Well,
This shows how many people are watching while they're sleeping.
Ozzy said Lethal Weapon.
That shouldn't count.
Honeymoon Suite performs the closing credits song for Lethal Weapon.
I think Ozzy meant to say, "I don't vote for Lethal Weapon."
We'll give it a little bit more. See if anybody else votes.
Make your voice heard, folks.
Your vote matters.
At the last minute, I got a truckload of votes for Road Warrior.
Vulcan Rumble said, "I am not sleeping." He's
Look,
also
he wrote
not
all
voting.
of that. Yeah, he wrote all that, but you didn't put in a vote. Come on.
He might be a little behind. You might want to hit the live button, Mr. Vulcan Rumble.
Mr. Bob said
Of
Lethal
course, if
Weapon.
he's behind, he won't hear
Ooh.
that for 5 minutes. So.
Yeah.
X Adam 1 said Road Warrior. So it's 2-1.
2-1.
That should vote for twice because of his last vote was wrong. So this one should vote for twice.
If I wasn't lazy, I would have put it up as a poll on
the screen.
On YouTube, but I don't know. I don't feel like it.
Happens.
It would be cool if one of these streaming services, and they'd probably get our money, if they could make it where we put out a poll, but then it goes to all the different services that we're streaming to, and they all come to the same place. So like Instagram could vote on Instagram, but it still comes to our, and they'd be voting with or like in addition to YouTube and then Rumble. I wonder how far away that would be, but I don't know if it's a priority. But I mean, it's certainly a possibility. They just have to make the API to do it right now. Gizzard, Gizzard, are you paying attention to all the shit with the extensions we're using?
What do you mean?
In the Discord, how we're always talking about these extensions that we're using.
Oh, I've seen some of it, yeah.
We've been using these extensions a lot to do shit, and I've got so much more experience with extensions now. I'm wondering if I can't build an extension to do something like that. To let us vote.
The thing is, not every platform supports polling. So
no, that's what I mean. So I'm wondering if we could do something kind of separate. Remember how we used to have like the topic wheel? Were you guys around for the wheel of topics or whatever it was called?
Yeah.
How I just built that and just like stuck it into Gun Channels. Like I'm wondering if I can build an extension or have an extension built that gives us a chance to. So it would be different. It wouldn't be like this where people just type it in and. Well, no, it would be. Anyway, they'd go to something like a pop-up would happen, and then it could be on Instagram or whatever. But anyway, I'm just talking out loud about it.
Well, I think it's going to go to Lethal Weapon. X Adam 1 said Road Warrior, but Lethal Weapon's going to move on.
So sad.
Uh-oh. I put in the right number.
I'm getting too old for this.
So Braveheart versus Maverick. Barbecue?
Really, really enjoy Maverick. I think it is one of those forgotten films for Mel Gibson, but it just doesn't come close to Braveheart.
Braveheart. G-Webs?
The part in Braveheart where he's in a rowboat and then the alligator gets him was too fake for me. I didn't like the CGI, so I'm going to go with Maverick.
Maverick. Gizzard?
Maverick.
Oh, snap. Gizzard's all over the place. I thought you were
what we've got here is another tie. So we need some votes. Some votes.
After being
let me do the poll. Poll. What's our choices? Maverick.
And Braveheart.
Maverick.
Oh, Ozzy. I already said Maverick.
Choose.
Oh, he's
we can
putting
just
out a
go with
poll
that.
on YouTubers.
We should just go with that. Maverick wins. Let's move on.
So there's a poll on the YouTube side.
Oh,
It's a
frick.
landslide. It's a landslide. Everybody meant to say Road Warrior, though.
So far on the poll, it's 100% Maverick.
I don't know if the poll would actually work that well, Faust. Because then people that are on the panel can go over and vote in the poll, and you don't know.
Oh, like fake accounts?
Oh, doesn't even have to be a fake account.
Yeah, because I can't see who voted. I can just see that somebody voted. So we'll give it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ending the poll. And take it a second to pop. Pop.
Now I know how Amish's dad felt when he got shot in the heart with that arrow.
Well, where'd it go?
Is that what it's
It's
called?
in the
Braveheart?
YouTube chat. Maverick 60%, Braveheart 40%, 5 votes.
Yeah, it's not showing up on my studio.
Right. But I've got the YouTube chat open.
Oh, okay. So Maverick is going to move on.
So you're telling me I should have gone over there and cheated and voted? Son of a gun.
Too late now. So we've got Lethal Weapon versus Maverick. Barbecue.
Oh, Lethal Weapon all day long.
Lethal Weapon. G-Webs.
Well, if I have to choose, every time I have to choose between a movie that I hate and a movie that I kind of like, I usually go with the movie I kind of like, Maverick.
Maverick. Gary.
Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon.
And I like both these movies, so this one's a hard one for me.
So, well, you know what that means.
Couldn't
We've
get to a
got
fight, but that's what she said.
we've got a winner. Lethal Weapon. So Lethal Weapon has been voted the best Mel Gibson movie.
I honestly thought that the finals would be Lethal Weapon and Braveheart, even before we started the bracket.
I had
Patriot and Road
I
Warrior.
was not expecting so much Braveheart hate on the panel tonight.
I had considered leaving Braveheart off because I thought it would be weighted too much.
That's what I kind of thought myself.
But then I thought, well, with Lethal Weapon and Road Warrior, it'll balance out.
I was thinking Lethal Weapon and Patriot. That's why I was kind of like, frick, this could be a finals matchup itself when it was against the Patriot.
I agree with Ozzy. I vote Jodie Foster in those Old West outfits that she was wearing in that movie.
M. Gabriel said, I've never even heard of Maverick.
Maverick is James Gardner, like the Rockford Files guy, was a TV show, right? Like, or was it a movie?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a TV show.
TV show. Yep.
And then so he made that like a character, and he was like a gambler, I think, and he was like funny. He was kind of like Rockford Files, except a gambler in the olden days, like the cowboy days. And then the Maverick movie is Mel Gibson as Maverick, and Rockford Files guy is a different character. and he's kind of like a sheriff or something, right? He's like a law enforcement character who is
Yeah.
traveling with Maverick and Jodie Foster's the girl, and it's like they're traveling to a poker game, and I forget Lee Marvin or somebody is not Lee Marvin, somebody else is some old guy. Like
Coburn.
somebody said, yeah, it's a bunch of Western actors in this movie, so he's holding some kind of big poker game. Anyway, it's kind of a comedy. It's a comedy, kind of an action comedy movie, I guess, in the set in the Old West. But it was cool is that they had a big budget, so it's like a period movie where the costumes are good, and I kept trying to figure out where they did the steamboat. Like that steamboat must be a thing somewhere, and they just filmed it there because it's a real steamboat. Like I'm guessing Grand Canyon area or something. Maybe I don't know where it's at. Maybe in Utah.
I don't know. There's a bunch of all over the place.
But it is.
There's one in Washington.
The steamboat
Well,
featured in the 1994 movie Maverick was the sternwheel tugboat Portland.
oh
The
shit!
filming of the scenes in Maverick took place on the Columbia River.
Yeah.
I would have thought with the cliffs and shit, it was somewhere in the Southwest. So yeah, very epic, like scenery and stuff in that movie.
I didn't know that's where it was filmed, but I knew that there was a paddle wheel that
Like a
was
big
down
one.
there.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, I don't know if it's worth watching. It's an okay movie. I'd probably only give it like a 6.
They're both good movies.
Kind of corny.
I was a little disappointed by it, but it was all right.
If you like the TV show, you'd like the movie.
Yeah, if you're just looking for like a Saturday afternoon movie and you're not trying to like look for some amazing, complicated plot or something, it's just a fun movie, and you could tell all the actors like each other. They're having a good time making it. It's not like a chore or nothing, and you don't have you can miss pieces of it, and it's a good movie. Or I mean, it's an okay movie. I'd say it's a good movie.
Barbecue.
Yo.
Anything you got coming up? Anything you want to let everybody know about?
Well, thinking about doing another impromptu chat this Thursday. I don't know how impromptu it is if I am planning on doing one, but sounds good still, I guess. I don't know.
Are you going to try to do it on Wednesday again like you did this last week?
It depends on how Wednesday feels. If it feels like a Thursday, I might. Other than that, whole lot of nothing. Still conflicted about this bracket.
This was kind of an odd one.
Let's say I'm just conflicted just by all the unexpected Braveheart hate. That surprised me. I'm gonna have to go and reflect. Thanks for the invite.
Thank you for being here. M. Gabriel wants to know if I watched this on phone and Fire Stick, both under my account at the same time, does it count as one viewer or two? I don't know.
Nobody knows.
2.
Well, I was going to say, if they're logged in under the same account, it might show up as 2 viewers in the account, but it's only going to show up as 1 view as an instance because you're not going to spoof the database, but you might be able to get it to register as 2 viewers. But
Well, if
that's
I
a pretty
watch a stream and then watch it again, it counts as 2 views, even if it's the same account. So.
That's true. And then they probably don't know or care if it's concurrent, I guess. Maybe it is 2 then.
Not sure. Ozzy said if you're older, you will recognize a ton of Old West actors for Maverick. Right. G-Webs, anything you got coming up you want to let everybody know about?
Well, just the next bracket that we're doing this evening. I figured it's nice to have a break in between them like this, but does everybody know we're having the second bracket here? It's about to start up. I don't know what he said, but he said it was more exciting than the first bracket.
No, we have to put off the second bracket. I couldn't get it started. The pull string broke. And you can't.
That's why you get a push button start.
Start it.
Sharon's Give Send Go and the 3 people that are in jail. that are massive opportunities for the gun community to get together and work on something that isn't a lawsuit, and it gets people out of jail for stupid crimes that have to do with firearms. The guy in the sailor who had an RPG or something, and they had a fit about it. The Biden administration's ATF had a fit about that. No reason that guy should still be in jail. The person from Arizona that was driving with his family through Massachusetts, and they stopped him for door dashing or something, and then turned it into possession of firearms, and that person's in jail for like a month already. And then you got dude in New York who was building, I think he was just assembling firearms. He wasn't 3D printing, he was just assembling. And they decided to put him in jail for possession of firearms that he was supposed to have. So I think all three of those are great things for us to get behind. And then, of course, our friend Sharon, who's been on the show plenty of times back in the day, is dealing with cancer and could use a couple of bucks. So as capitalists, if you got $20, that's what, $5 each. If you've got $100, that's $25 each. But there's four things that even if you don't have any bucks as a capitalist, you know other people that probably do have a couple of bucks. And if we exercise our capitalist muscles once in a while, we're stronger. And the adversaries don't know which way to attack us because they know that we're stronger. So I think that's worth mentioning. But thanks for hosting. Appreciate it.
Gary,
Yes.
if you look at the stream on YouTube, what do you see?
Let me go look real quick. Looks like your logo in the middle with the little arrow.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. That has happened before. They don't know how to make it not do that. That's kind of one of the frustrations with this, with EV Mux, is why I don't. I'm not going to continue with it. Probably dump it before my subscription is up. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know how to get to that picture in the first place, and I don't know.
Well, I don't even see it. Usually you'll see it as a separate window down at the bottom of the screen, but I don't see it anymore.
Yeah, I know. So, well, luckily it's at the end, so we're wrapping
Can
up.
you
Well,
change
what
your
if you
layout
remove
or
yourself?
anything?
What if you remove yourself from the view and just toggle us all out of it into the whatever the backstage is, and force it to show nothing, and then add us back in?
Well, we'll just finish the closing it out. I'll worry about it later. Gary, anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to let everybody know about?
Monday night, 9 p.m., Foul Territory. Everybody's welcome. Love to see you. If you're a channel member of mine, Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. is our members only stream where I give away one of the knives I've reviewed in the past. So kind of something I give back to the people who help support the channel. So I've got a new flashlight I've got to do a review on. Did some knife reviews about a week ago. So check it out. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. Well, I'm going to try something real quick. Maybe if I start a video and then stop it. All right. It did show. It's showing the video.
Now we're back again.
All right. I cleared it up. So next chat will be next Saturday night. Should be a video Monday and probably Thursday. I can't remember if it's Thursday or Friday. One is my X Compact, the P320 X Compact. It's a closer look at it, the parts I put on it. And the Thursday one is, I believe that's the Olight the O Pen by Olight, O Pen Mini 2 by Olight. So again, if you watch this replay, leave a comment. I do appreciate them, and I do read them. Other than that, hope everybody has a good rest of the night and go do something good.